America, 1898. The land of opportunity. At least that's what my dad always said. I don't like to talk about my past too much, as there was nothing really going on for me back then. But now my life has completely changed. And it all started 5 years ago.
It's not much of an animal, but they haven't got far to ride. Yeah, I waited on them moving you some weeks. I can wait a while longer. Ready? Wonderful. I hope you'll forgive the secrecy. My employer particularly values discretion. My name is Mr. Horley, by the way.
The man's name was Horley, and if I had to describe him in one word, it would be intelligent. When I first met him, the first thing I noticed about him was the way he stayed calm in situations. He always kept a cool head, even if the problem seemed to be getting worse, and the way he handled those two cops as I was escaping the cage with those other prisoners, it was very well handled. He had a hand in teaching me the ins and outs of being an outlaw with morals and honor as well. The biggest takeaway? I'm on my own most of the time, and he helped me realize that's okay most of the time.
A few moments longer, can it? Good. You're just up here. There's the camp. Get your horse.
After arriving at the camp, I was led to a woman named Jessica, who had quite the amount of negative thoughts running through her head.
Madam, we're back.
Hello. Jessica Leclerc, how do you do?
But despite that, it didn't steer me away from the way she spoke. Her words were wrapped with the type of realism and truth you hear from a man during his final moments before his execution.
But seeing as you were due to be hanged in a week, I'm sure you don't object too strongly.
She had such a way with words, got straight to the point, and only stated the main details.
But not guilty of what you were accused. I know you and those who were with you that died were little more than patsies, and that you were set up by one of 3 men or a woman, possibly by all of them. I can't be sure, but that is all I know so far.
And one of these people also made Mrs. Leclerc a widow.
And I will avenge my husband's death, so help me God. But I will not...
She told her reasons behind all of this. Husband death here, betrayal there, and other tragic events in between. I didn't ask any questions, though. In fact, I didn't say anything at all. Jessica and Harley seemed trusting enough, so I gambled and prepared to set out to make something of myself with this so-called new opportunity.
This way. You'll find a change of clothes in there, alongside a few other items you might need, a lasso, a knife, and a lantern, I believe.
I suppose it beats dying,
Mrs. Leclerc's husband was murdered by one of his business partners.
And I intend to find out which one. Or rather, I intend for you to find out. And kill them. You're the only person I could possibly trust to do whatever it takes. Because you and your accomplices, you're the only other victims of their lies still alive. You see, you walked into the town at approximately the same time my husband was shot in the back, but by another gun.
I'm not sure how she knew all of this, but she knew way more than me, so I just went with it.
This was their mistake. You were rounded up and sentenced to death, all because you came to town and didn't talk too much and seemed like you were nasty. Anyway, here they are, the people who run Blackwater. Mr. Jeremiah Shaw, banker, real estate speculator, and crook. Mr. Amos Lansing, ranch owner, speculator, and crook. Mrs. Grace Lansing, his wife, society patroness, lover of the arts, crook, and my former best friend. Teddy Brown, her disgraced brother, outlaw, wanted man, and still in contact with them. All I ask of you is your help in finding out quite what happened.
Mrs. Leclerc would like to help you get back on your feet. Get back to work.
Whatever your work may be, I don't judge. You want to rob? Rob. You want to save innocent folk? Do that as well. But you need me just as much as I need you. I think we all understand each other.
I hope we do.
Good. I look forward to rewarding you for killing those who made me a widow.
Hello. You must be Harley's friend. He's one of us. He said you also were a discouraged man. I'm very discouraged. Disappointed Alden, that's me. Anyway, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I find your reticence charming. Real charming. By the way, I heard you might want to earn a little money. Well,
From all the information I was given by Harley, Jessica, and the post office clerk, I can tell I was in for a rough day.